Hello, I'm Anime Viewer 66, and today we're going to be taking a look at Assassination Classroom, a very well done anime with a very unique premise. The plot is as follows. One day, the moon blows up. Yeah, that's right, that's how we're starting this story. The moon blows up. Okay, I would like to point out all the problems that would come from the moon blowing up, but we're just going to skate past it because, well, anime. But there is a monster who has took credit for this incredible, horrible thing that has happened, and he says that not only did he blow up the moon, but he's going to blow up the entire Earth. But he's going to give humanity a chance to be able to kill him before he kills everyone on the planet ever. So he says, I want to teach a class. Yes, the being of ultimate destruction wants to teach a class of rejects and outcasts and try to help them become the best people they can be. Like I said, this show has a unique setup. So, yes, his deal with the government is basically he gets to teach 1 year of school, and as he's teaching this little classroom of rejects and outcasts, these rejects and outcasts get to try to kill him. Yeah, that's how that works. And the kids in the class are made aware that he has all these incredible supernatural ish powers with super speed, almost invulnerability. It's a lot of weird stuff, okay? Basically, he's just like an unkillable target, and they are told to kill him. But they aren't getting told to do it for nothing, obviously. No, if they can manage to kill the monster, then they will get riches beyond their wildest dreams. Goro Sensei himself is an interesting character. Yes, he's set up to be the big bad obstacle of blowing up the earth, but he's actually a really, really good teacher. And a lot of the entertainment in this show comes from him just being so amazing at his job. And listening to his speeches actually kind of get me motivated sometimes. Now, there are way, way too many characters in this show for me to talk about all together because it would take forever. But one that did stand out is Nagisa. His character arc and the way he progressed, especially leading up to the end, oh, that was just amazing. The character himself reminds me a lot of other characters from anime, but not too much that it's just a cookie cutter, cutout kind of character. It actually seemed like he was his own person, especially considering that his story arc, particularly with his mother, brought me to tears. Like, legitly, I'm not going to spoil it for anyone, but that one brought me to tears. Speaking of which, the emotional range on this show is everywhere. It can be hilarious 1 minute, dramatic the next, and completely sad on a dime. Like, this thing has an emotional roller coaster going on. I know I've said that a lot about a lot of other animes in the past, and they also deserve that thing of the emotional roller coaster, but this one really plays on it. You're expecting to laugh throughout the show, but when they hit you hard with the feels. Oh, and can I just say this show has amazing villains? Like, after watching so much Sword Art Online, I kind of gave up hope for a bit for shows to have that many good villains. But by George, they did it here. This show is amazing because it has some villains that go on all of the different spectrums of like just outright crazy or manipulative or whatever you want to have for villains. The one that was the best, in my opinion, was the principal. Like, watching the principal literally gave me goosebumps. It was creepy and amazing all at the same time. Also, the fact that they do have other villains that are just straight out villains, like psychopathic nut jobs, and you really want to see them get their comeuppance. But they know how to handle a villain. When they have a villain that is so like evil that they just want to like beat puppies or whatever, they know not to show them for too long. They show them enough to show that they're villains and then they move on, not making the audience have to sit through an uncomfortable moment too long. It's kind of strange how the biggest like drama that comes from the show isn't even them trying to kill Koro Sensei or anything like that. It's just them trying to prove themselves to everyone because they are a part of E class, the lowest of the low. Like I said at the beginning, they're a bunch of misfits and nobodies, and Koro Sensei like basically trains them up. teaches them to be the best they can be, and it's amazing to see them strive to become better people. And with all that said, of course, this show gets a 5 out of 5. This show has 2 seasons to its name and not any past that because they ended it perfectly. And if they ever try to make a sequel from that, I will be mad. Unless it follows Nagisa and what happens with him later. Then I might be okay with it. With all that said, I am the Anime Viewer 66. Thank you and good night.